Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about my favorite Air Force Jodies and Cadences. Now, of course, we will talk about what that even means in a couple moments, but first, let's cover the basics. On this channel, we discuss military content and Air Force content. If that's your type of content, definitely hit the subscribe button and make sure to click the notification bell so you know when I upload a new video. My name is Michael Inman. Welcome to the channel. I hope you stay a while. And last but not least, I'm an airman in the United States Air Force. Now, a Jody or a cadence in the United States Air Force or in any branch in the military is a chant, or you might even call it a song, that people in a specific flight will do a call and response type of singing pattern while they are marching from point A to point B. Now, before we even get into this situation where I explain and kind of give you the lyrics to kind of some very famous Air Force Jodies, cadences, songs, whatever you want to call them, I want to make, let's say, 3 very quick disclaimers. First and foremost, this is not meant to be a music lesson. I apologize if it feels like one. If you hate music lessons, this may not be the video for you. Unless you are just in the spirit to feel some Air Force vibes, then of course get comfortable and enjoy the show. Second point that I would like to make prior to us commencing on this journey is there's kind of an unwritten rule regarding your performances of Jodies and cadences. Now, no one has ever said this to me, and I don't know if it's ever been discussed. Maybe it has, maybe it hasn't. But I'm going to put it onto the interwebs to make it an official rule. The way Jodies and cadences work is because there's about 50 to 60, 70, 80 different men or females kind of doing the call and response. Clearly, everyone's not going to be on pitch. So you don't actually need to be on pitch. For all of my people who used to be in orchestra or who used to vocalize, that's my favorite word. For all of those people who speak that language, aka music, you don't actually need to be on pitch. That's very, difficult to achieve with people who aren't really focusing on that. They're just trying to make sure they're landing on the left and right foot, to be honest. But the unwritten rule is that you do need to be in the correct key. And that's hard to describe to people, but a quick example is this. The key that you may hear is just the other day. And then if the people in the flight do something like just the other day, that would be the incorrect pattern of pitch. But it's okay because no one cares. Because there's 50 people getting it almost right. So everyone will hear, it's like auto-tune. Everyone's gonna hear the thing that's right in their head because there's enough people getting it almost right that our brains are gonna trick us and tell us that we hear the melody. But if you are out of key, that is when a flight sounds a mess. Example, just the other day, and then someone who, this doesn't work, I hope no one's getting nervous, but someone who just doesn't have an ear, instead of just the other day or just the other day, they'll come in and say, just the other day. And that, if they're loud enough, will sound like a dying turkey. And I hope that no turkeys die this Thanksgiving, by the way. But that is an example of being out of key. It's when someone is clearly not vibing. It might even be clashing with all the other sounds coming from the flight. You may not know what to call it, but now you do. So, as we get into this quick lesson, do not be the person out of key. You don't gotta know the notes right, but stay in the key. And the last little tidbit before we start on this journey is that for my advanced students out there who are so excited to go to basic training and who have watched this video a couple times, or you just know music or have a good ear, I don't really know, I don't care. I don't know what category you fall into, but for those who are in the advanced class, you guys are able to harmonize while doing a Jody or cadence. It will annoy multiple people, but I think most people will just be slightly confused and or impressed with you. So while we are doing a Jody or cadence, feel free to bump it up to the 3 or the 5 if we're speaking 1 through 8 musical numbers in a major key. Or if you would like another terminology, feel free to bump up to the, is it the mi and the do, re, mi, fa, so. So feel free to jump up to the mi or the so if you're feeling it. Here we go. I hope you did your vocal runs off camera because we have a voice lesson to start. Get over it. The first Jody and cadence that is very popular in Air Force basic military training is what I call my way. And this is how it goes. I'm not really going to run through each of them twice, so pretty much when I point at you, just copy what I say, and if you can, stay in key. Just the other day I heard my T.I. say. The other day I heard my T.I. say. You wanna be an airman, you gotta do it my way. Wanna be an airman, you gotta do it my way. Fly on airmen. On airmen. Fly on airmen. Fly on airmen. Airmen flying on. Fly on airmen. Airmen flying on. Fly on airmen. Now let's get into the second one. Now the second one is called Come On Over, and the lyrics are quite violent, and I don't necessarily condone exactly what they're putting forward, but it is still a very popular Jody and cadence, and you might run into it at basic training. So here it is for you. Come on over, the war's not over. Lay your weapon next to mine. Go and aim it down the line. I shot Insurgent 1. I did it just for fun. Lay your weapon next to mine, and we'll aim it on down the line. I shot Insurgent 2. I did it for me and you. Put your weapon next to mine, and we'll aim it on down the line. I shot Insurgent 3. I did it to keep us free. Lay your weapon next to mine, and we'll aim it on down the line. Okay, now for the third one. Now the third one is a little tricky. There's a call and response that gets a little hectic, but I believe in you. I believe in you more than you believe in you. I promise you. Let's start. So this one is called Steamroller. There is kind of a high note moment. We'll see if I hit it, but I really want to know if you had actually hit it. That's the real question. I warmed up. Did you? So at the end of the Steamroller, Steamroller Baby or Steamroller Jody, the thing that happens is the call and response becomes quicker and you switch roles. So as the MTI during this video, I'm going to say phrases and you're going to say hey and then who after my phrases, and then I'm going to say just a little rock and roll. But after that, you get to take the lead. And the phrase is, it's just a kinda. And as the MTI, I will say, hey, a kinda, who? And then you finish with, a kind that soothes your soul. So, it's complicated sounding, but we're going to quickly finish up this Jody in real time with what that looks like. Here we go. So back from the high note at the end of the Jody, the normal part of the Jody, it was, so you better get out of my way now, before I roll right over you, before I roll right over you. It's just a little, hey, a little who, a little rock and roll. It's just the kind of, hey, a kind of who, a kind that soothes your soul. I'm a steamroller, baby, just a rolling down the line. I'm a steamroller, baby. Just a rolling down the line. So you better get out of my way now, before I roll right over you. So you better get out of my way now, before I roll right over you. It's just a little, hey, a little rock and roll. It's just a kind that soothes your soul. Okay, crew, we've made it to, I think, the fourth. I'm not really sure, to be honest, but we're gonna say fourth. This one is called Chuck Norris, and it is a fave. So when you go to basic, this will be one you, without a doubt, will get to hear, get to chant, get to Jody. It's a whole thing. So here we go. It's called Chuck Norris, and this is how it goes. If you have forgotten some why during the middle of this video, when I point to you or I start humming, just copy what I just said. Okay? Okay, here we go. Chuck Norris. I seen a bearded ninja. He was standing on the hill. His name is Chuck Norris. He's trying to kill. Chuck Norris. Roundhouse kick. Roundhouse kick. Evolution. That is just a lie. There's only a list of animals Chuck allows to survive. Chuck Norris. Roundhouse kick. If you see Chuck Norris, he can see you too. But if you cannot find him, he's probably right behind you. Chuck Norris, Chuck Norris. Roundhouse kick, roundhouse kick. There we go. And that's an example of what the annoying tryhards, aka people like me, feel free to join the club, we would do during that Jody, because the third, going up to that third part and then following the riff run or just steps down, very easy to do. But long story short, that's the Chuck Norris Jody. You just killed it. Okay guys, we're almost to the end. Now, this next cadence is quite simple, but it's also very popular because it's a way to have everyone yelling the same thing and feeling together, and everyone knows it, so it's quite easy to follow, and it's just a cadence that you're going to be doing pretty much throughout basic training, probably most definitely at graduation as well. So the way it goes is your MTI is going to give a call phrase, which I will repeat for you soon. P.S. This cadence is called U.S.A.F. Who would have thunk? And then after you repeat the call phrase, you guys have to remember to hit the letter U immediately after. So it'd be like this. When I point to you, that is you saying something, and you have to remember to say the letter U. Then I will say something, then S, then A, then F, and then after I say the phrase all together now, you just say U.S.A.F, United States Air Force. So it's very spirited. This is how it goes. U.S. cadence, Air Force cadence, count, cadence, count. U.S. cadence, Air Force cadence, count, cadence, count. U, I can't hear you. S, a little bit louder now. A, that's much better. F, all together now. U.S.A.F, United States Air Force. Now it's time for the finale. It's called Goodbye to My MTI. Now this cadence / Jody, I would actually call it a Jody, will not actually come up until your graduation week from basic training. Now, usually it happens in front of your family since they were able to come to graduation, and this is kind of the last military-esque thing that you do in front of them as a collective flight prior to spending some time with your family before everyone comes back together as a flight and pretty much starts flying off to their individual tech schools. Now, originally I wasn't going to include this on the video, but it does exist already on the interwebs. So since it was probably one of the most meaningful Jodies that I participated in while at basic training, I felt why not let you get a glimpse of this experience. Clearly you will feel some things while you perform it with your flight for the last time at the end of the incredible journey known as basic training. But this is just a heads up because, hey, there's a lot of lyrics. So let's get into that, and I hope you enjoy. It's called Goodbye to My MTI. 2 months ago, I said goodbye. I kissed your lips, I said goodbye. You said you'd always wait for me, and I set off to keep you free. Got off the bus and met a man, and Sergeant Rogers had a plan. Pick up your boots and follow me. We'll be the best in BMT. He pushed us hard day and night, taught us more than wrong from right. Meanwhile, while you're at home, waiting by the telephone, don't worry, mama, you're not alone. Sergeant Rogers will bring me home. I won't lie, I was afraid, but Sergeant Rogers showed me the way. He broke us down and built us up. Now I'm an airman, I felt my cup. I'm standing tall and looking good. I'll be out in Hollywood. Sergeant Rogers did not play in what he said on that first day. He said, pick up your boots and follow me. Now we're the best in BMT. But now it's time to say goodbye. Say goodbye to my MTI. Every night he prays for me. I love him and he loves me. Before I left, he said to us something that will keep us free. Guide on flight 346. Shine on flight 346. One day you'll be all alone, far away in a combat zone. Bullets flying all around. Better keep your head to the ground. If I die in a combat zone, Sergeant Rogers will bring us home. He'll drape a flag over my chest. He'll tuck me in and lay me to rest. He'll put me in my dress blues. He'll cut my hair and shine my shoes. He'll pin my medals on my chest. He'll tell my dad I did my best. He'll tell my mama, don't you cry. When it comes to freedom, men must die. No matter what, remember me as the one who set you free. I know I'll see you again. At the pearly gates, I'll let you in. RMTI will meet us there. Next to him, we'll have no fear. Guide on 346. Guide on 346. So, that probably is my favorite Jody. I've already told you why. 2 little caveats. Sergeant Rogers actually was not the name of my sergeant during basic training, but I don't think I'm supposed to say their name just for privacy, but it seemed like an appropriate makeshift name. But during your final kind of formation or final Jody as a flight with your MTI, of course, you guys will say their name during the Jody. And lastly, when I said guide on 346, that will be replaced by your flight's number. And so it really will be not only a goodbye to your MTI, but kind of this nostalgic moment. I don't know if that's the right word, but just a reflective moment while you're doing the relatively long Jody, kind of just saying goodbye to both the experience and the transformation that you've had. So those are 6 cadences that you will definitely run into while you're at basic training. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was a little long, but it was kind of fun. If you enjoyed, definitely hit the subscribe button and also click the notification bell to get notifications, and comment and like which was your favorite and what did I forget? Did I leave any of your favorites out of the video? I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next week.